Hi there, I'm Rob Schmidt, and you are in the Strategy Room. After Democratic presidential nominee Hillary Clinton suffered an allegedly minor health scare yesterday, Republican presidential nominee Donald Trump is chiming in regarding the importance of presidential candidate health and plans to release, quote, very specific details of his own medical records very soon. So is this incident bringing light to an important topic as we move towards the general election? Here to weigh in are Democratic strategist Douglas Smith and Republican strategist Liz Peek. Welcome to you both. And Liz, do you see what happened with Clinton yesterday, with Hillary Clinton? She struggled to get into the car. Is that something that we should all be concerned about, or is that something private that shouldn't be discussed?
Well, there are a number of things you can say about this. First of all, for weeks, Hillary Clinton's had a series of coughing fits, stumbles, etc., and people have been worried about whether this was evidence of some greater health concern. Yes, of course this is something in the public interest. She is trying to become president of the United States. She's 68 years old. Donald Trump is 70. I think if you were hiring either one of these people to undertake the CEO role in a major corporation, of course you'd have to look at their health records and make sure that they could do the job. In this case, though, as always with the Clintons, it all comes down to the fact that they have not been truthful about her health. And I think it's a classic Clinton situation where the cover-up and the obfuscations turn out to be actually worse than the reality.
Starting off heat stroke, then pneumonia.
Yeah, exactly. And dismissing reporters' questions for weeks about why is she coughing? Well, maybe they knew for a long time she had this pneumonia, maybe not, but no one really believes it now.
Yeah. All right. Americans, have always been concerned and aware of presidential health concerns. Let's take President Obama, for example, when the discussion of his smoking was brought to light a few years ago. Douglas, we're going to go to you now. Do you see Donald Trump's request as something that should be required for candidates to release this information?
I totally agree. I think it should be, and I wish Donald Trump would. Secretary Clinton has released tremendous amounts of medical records. But I do want to just take a pause for a second and just say I think we should all be thankful that the Secretary is feeling well. I mean, I think it's a shame this campaign has gotten so heated, so divisive, that we just forgot being compassionate about our fellow American and a fine American who was there at the 9/11 site, remembering those brave Americans who died that horrible day 15 years ago. I mean, she must have felt horrible and yet still wanted to dig it out and go there. But yeah, I do think having both candidates' records out there, the Secretary's put out many of her records. I suspect they'll be putting out more. It will be great to see what Donald Trump finally puts out. And, let's see what he has to say on the Dr. Oz show on Thursday. It should be pretty entertaining.
That's when we're supposed to get that information. Yeah, all right, Douglas. Before Clinton's health episode, she did she had a bit of a gaffe that she's gotten a lot of criticism for when she, I think, referred to half of Trump supporters in this country as a basket of deplorables. And, of course, everybody dove on that for a little ammo. What did you make of that comment?
It was really maladroit, and she has tried to walk it back a little bit now. But I think unfortunately for her, it furthers the image of Hillary Clinton as an out-of-touch, elite person who would rather spend her summer months with billionaires holed up in the Hamptons and in Martha's Vineyard trolling for dollars than really mixing it up with average people. Remember, a year ago, she recognized that she had this problem of looking aloof and entitled, and she did that cross-country van trip in Scooby the van in order to meet average Americans. Somehow that didn't go terribly well, and so now she's kind of reverted to type. She's hanging out with the people she feels most comfortable with, and I don't think that really furthers her likability, which is now on that front, on that scale. She's actually in worse shape than Donald Trump, which is astounding. Yeah. She needs to kind of get off her perch, and unfortunately this kind of comment really shows that she sort of despises a lot of the middle Americans who are rallying behind Trump. It was a very poor choice of words.
Yeah. Douglas, what did you think? You want to have a comment there?
I couldn't agree more. Let me just start with the really important differential. Hillary Clinton apologized for going a little too far. That's something Donald Trump has never been able to do. He's never been able to apologize for anything, for besmirching Hispanics, for besmirching African Americans, besmirching people in the gay and lesbian community. And I think that's something really important to remember. I think Hillary Clinton just finally got frustrated. I mean, this has been a really tough, hard-fought campaign, but she has spent 30 years defending minorities, defending children, defending women, defending all Americans for the equality to live in this great country. And she admitted right on Saturday, she said, you know what, I went a little too far. But the reality is, She is out there every single day fighting. I have worked on 3 different presidential campaigns. I can assure you the last thing Hillary Clinton wanted to do this summer was spend money trolling for dollars. No candidate likes to do that. Donald Trump is realizing now, with having no money to go out there and campaign and how far behind the 8 ball, just how unpleasant it is. Nothing would make Hillary Clinton happier than to spend day after day out in the field working for average day Americans. Raising money to campaign is an absolutely miserable, miserable practice that no candidate in their right mind enjoys doing it. And I can assure you Donald Trump doesn't like it, nor does Hillary Clinton. But the notion that she is out of touch with average Americans is a pretty laughable fact.
Okay. All right. Douglas and Liz, thank you both so much for coming on. And for complete coverage of the 2016 election, go to foxnews.com. I'm Rob Schmidt, and thanks for watching.